Yeah, good morning, wonderful people. Welcome to the program this morning. This is Vice President and I'm President. Happy New Year to you all. In the city of Lagos, we are here at Abiola Street. This was the Vice President here this morning as usual, looking at the reports that we have on the distorted line. The Nigerian Tribune, also have Saturday Sun, the Saturday Tribune and the Saturday Sun. We are looking at reports on the papers this morning, and we are going to be deliberating and giving our opinions on different topics. The Labour Party has launched the town hall app that will be used to monitor the elections. Over 30,000 downloads. It has gotten over 30. Good morning, Agwebo Imafidon. Good morning, Chidi Magakona. Yes, once again, you're welcome to the program. We are going to be looking at the super headline this morning. And like I said, I have the Saturday Sun. The Saturday Tribune with me. I have the Saturday Sun, yes. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, esteemed viewers. Welcome once again to the program. This is Bystanders and Instant. I'm Christian Chico. Yes, let's go straight to what we have in the super headline this morning. Like I said, I have the Saturday Tribune and have the Saturday Sun. The Saturday Tribune and the Saturday Sun. The Saturday Tribune. The Labour Party has launched its town hall application to monitor the elections. That is a new development from that area, and we have gotten over 30,000 downloads. That's the report we got this morning. Politicians conspire against pensioners, make life difficult for them. It's about the politicians against the people. The papers reporting politicians conspiring against pensioners and also making life difficult for them. Yes, this is coming from Southwest NUP spokesperson. And also, the governor of Oyo State, Makinde, has paid 22 billion from gratuities owed by past governments. Says Makinde has paid 22 billion naira from gratuities owed by past governments. Communal clash in Kwara State, in a Kwara village, as herder kills farmer. The aggression of the herders, much mentioned every week in our national dailies. Communal clash in Kwara as herder kills farmer. Let's look at the main headline on the Saturday Tribune this morning. In Northern State, politicians buying Pvc'S in opponent strongholds. Politicians buying Pvc'S in opponent stronghold. Protect your votes from prowling politicians. CNG tells voters, count us out of the haste. APC, PDP are absorbing themselves of that accusation. Count us out of the haste. This is from the APC and PDP. We have the Abuja court. Okay, is Tinubu Shetima for February poll. Yes, the court has finally absolved Tinubu and Shetima from not contesting. They are now billed to contest fully for the February elections, 25th election, 2023. strikes out opposition party suit. Strikes out the opposition party's suit. APC plotting to derail general election. That is PDP. Many accusations, many allegations from the two major parties today, the PDP and the APC. Now, this is an allegation from the PDP saying that the APC plotting to derail the general election. PDP confused, rudderless APC. PDP is confused and rudderless. That is from APC presidential campaign. We have Obong of Calabar removed by the Supreme Court. Obong of Calabar removed by the Supreme Court. Osun Election Tribunal reserves judgment. Osun Election Tribunal reserves judgment. Like I said last time, Oyetola is coming. That is from a journalist. I read her article. She said Oyetola is coming. Now, the Osun Election Tribunal yesterday, the court has reserved its judgment. But Adeleke was seen in a picture with the president, Muhammadu Buhari, shaking hands with the president. And if you are in Nigerian politics, you can insinuate and get your speculations from that. Well, you are going to take one or two out of that picture. Oyetola Adeleke, yes, Adeleke, the PDP declared winner in Osun State, met with the president, Muhammadu Buhari, and they had to shake hands. It was on the papers yesterday, a bold picture of the two. So now the Osun Election Tribunal reserves judgment. Let's look at that report. Yes, man tells Ibadan court that my wife denied me sex, stopped cooking for me after I gave her 100,000 naira for business. My wife denied me sex, stopped cooking my food after I gave her 100,000 naira for business. We have other reports. Yes. Naseni pleads for release of 1% allocation from Federation account. Naseni pleads for the release of 1% allocation from Federation account. Let's look at the Yoruba Nation this morning. Reports from the Yoruba Nation. How alleged fraud divided self-determination movement. That is a report on page 26 of the Sun, of the Saturday Sun. How alleged fraud divided self-determination movement. Today is the 14th of January 2023, so read that up on that part. Court dismisses PDP suit seeking disqualification of Tinubu and Shettima. Court dismisses PDP suit seeking the disqualification of Tinubu and Shettima. That is on the 2023 elections. Anger over PVC collection. Anger over PVC collection. Southern Northern leaders raise alarm. Southern Northern leaders raise alarm. Prospective voters can't access cards after spending hours at collection centers. Prospective voters can't access cards after spending hours at collection center. We are being disenfranchised even before polls. We are being disenfranchised even before polls. I hope the Inec chairman and the Inec body, they are listening to this. They are seeing the report and they should take decisive action. I just want to suggest all the pictures, the details of those that are registered in a particular ward should be pasted on the wall in that ward so that people can come and cross-check their names and whatever. And they should be given an address whereby they can go and make complaints after they have indicated probably their names are there or not. The process might be rigorous now. Let the pictures of everyone that voted be posted on different wards in the different local governments. We have, JAMS begin the sale of 23 UTME forms. JAM forms have begun selling their forms. A leader Nigeria needs now by Obasanjo. I regret that what we thought Nigeria would be isn't what we are having now. That is Tanko Yagasai. Attention as Oshogbo Ede communities claim ownership of Osun State Secretariat land, while Supreme Court dethrones the Obong of Calabar. Supreme Court dethrones the Obong of Calabar. Ezife Southeast Monarchs explain Igbo other support for Obi. Ezife and Southeast Monarchs are explaining why Igbo and others are supporting or support the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. Urge Nigerians to vote competence, capacity, not tribe and religion. Urge Nigerians to vote competence, capacity, not tribe and religion. Bianca to Tinubu, what the Igbo need from Nigeria. What the Igbo need from Nigeria. Today we have Man City and Man U playing. And as an Arsenal fan, I want Man City to win the match. Yes, I have Chigozie Ndigbo, Mercy Chigozie Ndigbo. Okay, Mercy Matthew this morning. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yes. Happy weekend.
Same to you.
Okay, somebody saying he needs info concerning the Yoruba Nation.
Okay, concerning Yoruba Nation.
Are you in that position?
The much you understand is that the last attempt for them to create awareness out of Jota, the police came heavy on them. And from the account of the police, I think personally I was on iBrand TV for an interview where they called the police spokesman of Lagos State, Kundeyi, who said the agitators were bearing arms. As such, they have to disperse them. For now, I don't think there's any activity of any agitator prominent in the society. I'm not saying it's not there, but I mean activity as to engaging people, sensitizing people, creating awareness and all that. But that notwithstanding, my position on all agitation is the government should do the needful. The needful is to engage any dissenting voice. Is to have conversation around it. Address whatever is anyone's concern. I keep saying it. What gave rise to the rise of an Igbo, what brought Igbo to the limelight was the Sariki of Iganga and the Barabanot area of Oyo State, when they have to issue a quick order against the Sariki of Iganga, who before them were hitherto alleged to be raining terror in the environment, and he made good the threat. He evicted the man. And the Barabanot area of Oyo State, how the activities of headers were becoming a menace to the society, how he came to their rescue. Then again, I think the federal government had a mandate to protect their property according to the constitution, created that vacuum that gave Igbo room to play.
Okay, I think the person is asking this question, looking at these reports, how alleged fraud divided self-determination movement. Okay, from what I read here, from what the information we have here, Akintoye resigned, Adedino took over, he also resigned. So it is a viral news report that went online that the reason why Adeniran resigned, he resigned on the allegations of corruption slammed against him by Cotonou-based Bureau de Change agent and personal assistant to Prof. Banji Akintoye, Mr. Kabir Adebayo, fondly called Oba Lola, who had responded to the allegation that Akintoye mismanaged funds being paid into his account by well-meaning Yoruba people worldwide to support the struggle. So according to Oba Lola, as quoted by Mr. Maxwell Adele, the former communication secretary of IOOW, 70% of the money sent into his account by supporters of the self-determination struggle worldwide allegedly went into Prof. Wale Adeniran and his wife's account. So the allegation, so that's why there is division.
There is no way as a person I can know the internal working of the...
I asked the first time, do you know about it?
No, what I'm saying is, there is no way I can know whether there is misappropriation of funds. I'm not a member of Ududua agitators or whatever the name they go by. So there's no way I can know the internal working of the organization. But I'm speaking as a Nigerian, as a concerned citizen who is interested in peaceful coexistence of all the people in this entity called Nigeria. So if they have issues, I think they should resolve it.
Okay, let's look at, there is anger. That is reports from the Sun. I know in your area, you might not see any sort of anger over PVC collection. But this report says, anger over PVC collection. Southern Northern leaders raise alarm. Prospective voters can't access cards after spending hours at collection centers. We are being disenfranchised even before the polls. That is from, yes.
I cannot speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself and the places I've visited. And like I did said the other day, I said that was it 2 days ago. I was at the center where PVC is being distributed, and the experience I saw there is that it's a seamless process. And I repeat, it was a seamless process that day for me, from what I saw, and there was no discrimination against political party, against tribe. There was no intimidation against political party, against tribe, and not just my experience. Before I went there, I had an encounter with more than 4 persons who were not members of APC, who alluded to the fact that because the allegation in Lagos is majorly against APC, and not for APC, and not a supporter of APC, but I'm telling you what my personal observation, and that almost all of them, not almost all, everybody I had an encounter with collected their PVC without questioning their political affiliation. But there is only one worrying trend. One of them told me that having collected his PVC, that somebody called him because you will be made to sign, to write your name on a list as one of the person who collected your PVC. Attach your number to the name, to your name. So he says somebody called him thereafter, collected the PVC to inquire from him who he wanted to vote for. He said he was prompt to tell the person that he's obedient. Of course, the second person confirmed to me that he equally received a call, though he was diplomatic, but he himself was actually a Labour Party person. So what I'm trying to say is, irrespective of political affiliation, that did not influence who was given PVC or not from the center I visited. Even while in that center that day, I granted interview to iBrand TV to give the situation report. So for me, I cannot speak for maybe South, Southeast, the North, because I'm not there, except we have people on ground who actually witness what is transparent, who can give an on-the-spot assessment and eyewitness of what is transparent in those areas. But as for me, the area of witness and the people I have conversation and interaction with is a seamless process.
Let's look at the elections in the North. You see the process going seamless.
Let me tell you this, Mr. Christian. Politicians generally in Nigeria, if they have the opportunity to rig, they will always rig. That is why I want to author a book, The Nigerian Way of Politics. Nigerian politicians, we always try to circumvent the rule. Even with the new electoral act, if PDP is in power, they will do the same thing. If APC is in power, they will do the same thing. Nigerian politicians will always explore any lacuna in the electoral act to circumvent the rule. That's the truth.
What's the possibility that they can manipulate this process?
The possibility is this. Because we are not looking at the electoral act. We are looking at Inec. The possibility is this. Is there possibility of Inec personnel colluding with politicians to circumvent the rule? Of course, yes. If you have politicians, members of INEC staff who lack integrity. Don't forget that I just said here the other day that in Anambra State, gubernatorial election, there was a warrant trend where, according to the process and processes of INEC, you have to upload the INEC results to INEC server first at the unit level. You know, the election starts from the unit level. After the election is conducted, the election result is entered into from EC8A in the presence of all the agents of the party. And from my understanding and understanding of generality of Nigerians, as at the same time you are recording that result from EC8A, you are supposed to upload that result to INEC Viewing Portal, where Nigerians, general public, election observers can have access to. But we are made to understand that you don't upload it direct to INEC Viewing Portal. You only upload it to INEC server from the unit level. You now take it to ward level, from where election technicians we validate the results. After the validation, they will not enter it, whether, according to them, through the validation, they will see whether there's error they want to remove. Then after that, before it can now be uploaded into, what's it called, into Anambra portal, where the public have access to it. Then again, the system is creating room for Nigerians to express worry. For me, I think from the unit level, as the instance you are writing, entering the results from EC8A, uploading it to Inec server, let it go to Anambra portal. Because at the level of what level, you now enter into another form from EC8B. But for me, I think that loophole should be taken care of. Then again, the area of mopping up PVC in the stronghold of your opponent is a very serious issue. I've been expressing that worry before now, that it will only take sensitization awareness campaign to curb that approach. Because there's little or nothing Inec as a body can do concerning mopping up of PVC in the area of the stronghold.
What do you mean by mopping up?
Buying PVC in area where you know your opponent is strong.
So you go to the local government, you know that you don't have much, you don't get much votes in that local government.
Yes, you go and induce them with money, maybe 100,000, 20,000, 30,000, as the case may be, depending on the bidding process and how much that is ready to sell the PVC. You see, in Nigeria, because of poverty, some persons may not be willing to sell their PVC, but if they give them their price, they may sell. That is why it's good for the relevant government agencies, particularly National Orientation Agency, even the arm of Inec that is saddled with responsibility of sensitizing the public, should move in quickly to educate the electorate, particularly in the rural areas, the rural dwellers, for them to know the implication of selling the PVC. Because you do that.
When you look at the ballot, most people don't know which one is this party.
No. The issue, I don't think that is going to be an issue. Okay. Because the political parties have a way of
sensitizing.
2-3 days to the election, the parties come with specimen, sample, dummy of the ballot paper to educate the electorate, particularly in the rural area. They have different ways of educating them. They could use the symbol of the party, the logo of the party, the positioning of the party on the ballot, and all that, the name of the party, depending on the level of awareness and intelligence of the people involved. So I don't think that won't be an issue. The issue is, how do you now convince the people not to sell their PVC? I think that's the major hurdle.
So how will you convince someone not to sell his PVC?
To tell the person the implication of selling the PVC. To tell the person that today, look at your community. Do you have a workable health system? What is the response time to if you have emergency? If somebody have an accident and he need emergency, what is the response time? If somebody want to deliver, to what extent can you access health facility? And if it's lacking, you let that person realize, and perhaps that person may have lost 1 or 2% to that ugly trend. You let that person know that it is bad governance, and that if you sell your vote, the same people or the same person who have given you money to buy your vote will think that he has paid you. He no longer owe you responsibility of developing your place or bringing development of democracy to you. Because obviously the health sector, the road, all the infrastructure are dividends of democracy. So you tell them what we hope on government to do for them. And by the time you collect money, the people who you are electing will feel that they have paid you. It's like an investment that they need to recruit. They need to recruit their money. So for me, I think if the government do the needful by going, I think they should draft the traditional rulers into the sensitization process, because they have more authority over the people and people understand them better. So I think it's something that can be done.
In a place like Ogba, because the traditional ruler have moral authority over the
No, Lagos, you may use a different approach, because you have a level of illiteracy here is higher than the rural area. You can literacy. You can leverage on social media to get a good target, to get a good audience in a place like Abuja, Lagos, maybe Port Harcourt Metropolis, and even like Kano Metropolis, not the rural areas. So for me, I think it's something that can be done if the government is serious.
Okay, let's move on. How alleged? Sorry, we have asked that about that one. Communal class in Kwara village as header kills farmer. You have talked about politicians buying Pvc'S, but this header farmer crisis, what do you think is the root cause? Because we are hearing provocation from like header kills farmer.
The root cause is interest, land infrastructure. Whether we like it or not, the people who live in those places as their ancestral home have authority over the place. And again, herders want to feed their cow. And in the process of feeding cow, you don't stay in one place. Because by the time you graze a particular place, the grass would have been consumed by the cattle, and you need to go for a fresh land to graze. Maybe after some time, come back to the other place, the first place where you graze. So in the process, they stray into people's farmland. And as such, somebody that has his crop destroyed by the cow cannot be happy. So the reaction causes clash. Then again, what is the role of government in all this? The government have a role to play. Because whatever, Nigeria is not known as the first, second, or even third world producing milk or cattle rearing country. But the ranching is the modern way of doing rearing cattle. Cow. You ranch your cow. And the way federal government is doing it, the business of cattle rearing is personal. I understand the argument of some people that building ranch is capital intensive, that the herders may not have what it takes to build it. Do not ask. My father, who is in the village, doing farming that is known to be, that is predominant in that area, is he getting government subvention? And again, if you say, okay, you want to intervene by way of building ranch, it should be done in such a way that government will recoup their money. Not that you build it, you donate it to them, and it becomes their property. Because the owners of the land will not be comfortable seeing you, knowing the citizens of the Fulani herders, seeing you using their land as ranch and handing over to Fulani. So if you are building ranch, you should do it in such a way that you partner with the community so that the sovereignty of the ranch belongs to the people. The security and everything of the land belongs to the people. The herders, we know from the outset that they are tenants. Not that you are coming to a place like Enugu, Delta, Ebonyi, Lagos, Osun, you say you are looking for land for ranching, and by the time they give it to you, you invite Fulani and hand it over to them. It cannot work. Because the Fulani are known as domineering people. They have demonstrated that, and nobody in Nigeria will allow Fulani to invade this place in the name of ranching to have a place to stay and take over the place.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I have Mazi Chigozie. Mazi Chigozie this morning. Good morning, Mazi Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian, and to my esteemed viewers across the globe. Good morning from here.
I want to sell my Pvc. Can you convince me not to sell my Pvc?
For what reason? Is this something I can... Why do you want to sell your Pvc in the first place?
I think the hardship in the country whereas we want to sell Pvc.
Okay, and how much are you anticipating from the proceeds?
Yeah, 60,000.
Okay, you needed to solve...
In case, just convince me not to sell the Pvc.
The Pvc. No, once you have made up your mind, it's needless. Any attempt to convince you to the otherwise might not work out, except I have the wherewithal to substitute for that need, that nagging need. If your nagging need is to eat, and you are sourcing for funds to eat at that particular time, you are eating to die the next day. But no problem. I think if that makes you feel, you are good to go.
We have this situation whereby people are willing to sell their Pvc'S because of the situation.
Not just because of the situation. I listened to one of the religious bigots. He said that it is not about building roads and delivering dividends of democracy to the people, but it is about protecting the dignity of Islam in Nigeria. I could be a brother to Funigas. You want to protect the dignity of religion at the expense of dignity of human life, at the expense of the sacredness, sanctity of human life. You are protecting the dignity of Islam, that you are conversing for the northern people to vote for Islam, to protect the dignity of Islam. When you follow the statistics of the most impoverished region in Nigeria, the North has the largest share. They claim to be 19 states. How many of the 19 states are viable? How many of them are self-sufficient? They claim to have the majority in Islamic religion, in the profession of Islam, in the North. Are their own Islam, are their own Islamic religion different from the one practiced in Saudi Arabia? Most of them traveled to Saudi Arabia. They saw the roads in Saudi Arabia. There are no potholes in the roads. There are affordable, life is more affordable in Saudi Arabia. There are available potable waters in Saudi Arabia. Look at their airports, which almost the entire world go there for pilgrimage. In Medina, in Saudi Arabia, is there anything like power failure? And look at the North, how deserted, how damaged. Capital of poverty. Even Sokoto, the caliphate of Islamic dispensation of power, is one of the poorest regions in the whole world. Now, what has the religion done to them? If actually the religion is what defines dignity, if actually the religion, oh sorry, I would have typed this thing I'm saying because I have to forward it to one DSS. I beg, help me to cover this thing. Sorry for interruption. Help me to cover his hand.
Okay. No, it's not.
But take me video.
Just
video.
press the middle.
Video.
Press the middle.
Video. Okay. So what I'm saying in essence is that the person conversing that the northern votes should be given to somebody who protects the interests of Islam in Nigeria. Is Nigeria not a secular state? That you should protect the dignity of Islam, Islamic movement in Nigeria. The people you are telling to protect the dignity of Islam in Nigeria are the people you have useless their future. You have damaged their future.
Out of school children.
Out of school children. Look at the number of out of school children in the North. In Nigeria, they claim the statistics available said is 20 million. Now, out of that, let's just assume that it's 20 million, but I know it's more than a far cry to that. Now, out of that 20 million, over 19.8 million are from the northern hemisphere. And from the 19 states of the north, then about less than 200 are just from the rest of the country. Now, what impact has religion done to them? The same people who are conversing for the northern votes to go to the northern candidate who will protect the interests of Islam, who will protect the dignity of Islam. Why the dignity of human life has been lost. The sanctity and sacredness of human life has been lost as far as Nigeria is concerned, especially in the north. Look at the living standard of the northern people. No, just look at it. The people asking you to vote, cast your vote based on religious sentiment. The same people travel to Saudi Arabia. Is their own religion, Islam, different from that practiced in Saudi Arabia? Is it different from the one practiced in Dubai? Is it different from the one practiced in Turkey? These are Islamic, of course, states, predominantly Islamic states, who are productive. Their own citizens are living well, are faring well. You see? What has the northern governors and all the useless politicians of the northern extraction done to their people? If not to damage the destiny of the people. The same Saudi Arabia, are they practicing Islamic, are they practicing Al-Majri system? They prohibit Al-Majri system in I was told, yes, in Medina. You hardly could see anybody strolling the streets without being catered for, even by the government of Saudi. They've been taken care of, they've been catered for. I mean, I love that even their hospitality is second to none. Has no equal. Now, can you travel to the north because you are an Islam and you go to buy bread? They give you bread for free because they are protecting the dignity of Islam. What kind of madness, what kind of stupidity, what kind of primitive and parochial mindset is that? The same people you ask to protect the dignity of Islam are out of school children. Their parents are fugitive. Their children constitute nuisance to the society. Even down in Lagos State, take statistics of those roaming the streets, of those children and even elderly ones. Most of them are handicapped and physically challenged. We have billionaires in the north, the Dangote and this like. And the Dantata or whoever said that he's tired of life. He's waiting to die. Why can't you be tired of life? Because you are not adding value to life. You are not adding value to people around you. Why can't you be tired of life? In fact, your life is useless if it does not affect people around you positively. The same people will come up and say they want to protect the dignity of Islam. One of them in recent past said that he has too much money. Is it the T.Y. Danjuma? So he has too much money that he doesn't know what to do with money. You mean he doesn't know what to do with money?
And you have IDP camps.
You have IDP camps scattered. You don't have facilities. You don't have hospitals. Almost 19 million children of the northern extraction are out of school. You say you don't know what to have with money. And you have been within the corridor of power for close to 40 years, 4 decades. And by current statistics, the North is more impoverished, even Sokoto State. I know they will send DSS to come and arrest me. Now, what am I emphasizing based on what you said? Poverty has been weaponized, especially in the northern hemisphere, and religion. The South Saudi, they give scholarship. Saudi Arabia government pays her own citizens. The northern hemisphere claim they are majority, which I totally disagree. I've canvassed the entire north. I know where the majority lies. The majority, of course, lies within the southern region. They don't have, it's just what you have is the open or porous borders where there is a free movement from Niger, from Mali. You can just stray, you can just stroll into Nigeria. See, they don't have the population, but that notwithstanding, the ones you have, how have you been able to manage it? What does it take for its dignity, for the Islamic religion to set up hospitals, to build up hospitals, to set up NGOs, where hospitals could be built, where schools could be built? Is it only for Christians? Christian communities are trying. Exceptionally, most of them are building dialysis complex hospitals and facilities, building schools. I know of this Pastor Chris Oyaklomi. He built schools in Adamawa, hospitals in Adamawa, a place that is not his own terrain. If by consideration, it's from the south. But he went the far away north to build schools, to build hospitals that the northern people can benefit. How many have the cleric, Islamic cleric, Sultan of Sokoto, how many have you built in the south? How many hospitals have you built to accommodate everybody, to take care of, cater for the need of the locals? And you said that you protect the dignity of Islam and destroy the dignity and the sacredness of human life. That is madness in its highest level. And I will employ, of course.
Dangote built. There's Antonam. Dangote built.
Where? Where did he build? Where did he build? Mention it.
Answer the question.
I've started at Damawa. I know of Yola. I know of Sokoto. Where Pastor Chris and every other, of course, our Christian communities built facilities. They have mission field where they send the love of Christ to the communities around the world. What is the northern Islam doing? They are the product of Boko Haram. They are the product of jihadists. You only know war, and you have not experienced peace. And you're still encouraging people to go in that line. The person asking you to protect the dignity of Islam. He have not asked you, how can he better your life? Their families, their children are overseas studying. And you have schools, the left few schools have no benches. If anything happens to him, he will fly abroad for medical checkup. And you dying of several unimaginable ailments that should have been taken care of if there are well-furnished and established health facilities. Look at the north. The kind of disease there, endemic, is epidemic. It's endemic. Epidemics, if there is cholera, if there is meningitis, and all that, this thing that should have been taken care of, if there are adequate facilities, health facilities, you refuse to build them for your own people. Isn't that wickedness? Did you love your people and you subject them to such dehumanizing nature that they have no worth to their life? Huh? Rather than providing basic, the schools that a southern president, a Nigerian president of southern extraction built, Jonathan, you turned it to Boko Haram camp, bandit recruiting centers. The same people will come and tell you to protect the dignity of Islam. Why the teeming population of the north has lost the essence of life, have not been given the opportunity to advance and develop themselves. I told you I was born in the north. If my father were to be of northern extraction, I wouldn't have been here. To educate the world. I wouldn't have been here to sensitize the world. I would have ended up, of course, becoming one of the Lamandiris and possibly joining the Boko Haram expansion. And with my intellect and knowledge and technical know-how, I can become the greatest Osama bin Laden that have not been known in history. If I were to be, if my father were to be in the north, now it's being a northerner a curse. It's coming from northerner extraction a curse. No. Nobody has a choice of where it comes from. It's God that does that. But unfortunately, the northern politicians have brought unimaginable. Northern politicians and religious leaders of the north of Islam has brought so much damage to the north. Look at how I'm speaking. Even with the catchment areas and other considerations given to the varsity students, where they are begging them to go to school. How many of them are going to school? They enjoy several, of course, bursary allowances and, of course, scholarship schemes and all that. How many of them are still going to school? You see, most of them, of course, enrolling in expanding terrorism, criminality, because of the damage that have been done to them. Let them have everything. Let the northern population have everything. That those people coming around them, teaching them, even Muhammad. You see, the Muhammad promote, if Muhammad should come today, will he be pleased with them? Saudi Arabia is a northern, is a Islamic state. Turkey is an Islamic state. They are productive, they are adding value to humanity. They are taking care of their own citizens. How many of the Turkish citizens are you seeing in Nigeria? How many of the Saudi Arabian citizens are in Nigeria? But every day you took there to Mecca. You see, you saw the beautiful cities. You saw the beautiful roads. You saw how system works. But when you come here as an Islamic leader or a politician, you come here, you deceive the people. You make them so vulnerable and gullible. You exploit them, your fellow humans. You take your own children to the best Western schools. You have access to the best Western education, Western facilities. Why can't you replicate those things you are seeing in an Islamic state, in Saudi? I'm speaking to the governors of the northern extraction, the emirs, the imams. You have not done well to your own people. You have brought unimaginable destruction to them. I salute the courage of the former emir of Kano, Sanusi Lamido. He's a great man, the man who has the courage to speak. He condemned this Alamaji system. You see? And that's why they have to push him out. They have to push him out because he's a learned fellow. If you're not learned, if you're not schooled, we wouldn't have the opportunity to become the Central Bank of Nigeria. Professor in illiteracy. There's a difference in being a professor, and it's a different thing allowing education to pass through you. If education didn't pass through you, you will not be liberal. Your parochial mindset will be so clouded. You see? Mentally schooled. You can't be accepted like Kule that is, well, I wouldn't want to mention Kule. When you study people that went through school, you see, they can easily adapt. If not that Funigas went to school. I say if not that he went to school, he would have been the Boko Haram, the chief Boko Haram commander. I bet you. But he went to school, that's why he was able to some extent, not that that element, the tendency of terrorism is not in, because he has terrorized me several times, yeah? He has terrorized my life for several times. So I see that element of terrorism, maybe 5%. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 10%. But if not that he's schooled, he has the opportunity, maybe his father is one of the soldiers or teachers, or I don't know, maybe he was able to, if not that he ended being a Lamanjiri, the extent of terrorism there would have been unimaginable.
Somebody say, let me not say this.
Say it, let me hear.
Because it is not too late for you to join Amajiri.
No, from the part of Nigeria where, from where I come from, as a Biafra, we have dignity of life. We respect dignity of life. However odious and exasperating, of course, any situation, I have learned to keep my composure. I was in the north, but I didn't allow that to distract me because I have a focus. I know where I'm going. So for you to telling me it's not too late to join Alamanjiri, may that become the portion of your generations on board. What we are saying here is not just to while our time. Most of you supporting this cruel system, supporting this wickedness, should go and have everything. Otherwise, it will never be well with you. I can see a system that is bent at destroying humanity. My concern is humanity. Whenever humanity is being subjected, is being ill-treated, that is where I manifest. I condemn it in all totality. It doesn't matter whether I'm coming from the north or the east. But that is my calling, and that is why you can't do me anything. Because I'm backed up by the powers that controls the heavens and the earth. In as much as what I continue on the path of the truth, that is my greatest defense. Go back and tell your people that they have done so much damage, hiding under religious sentiment. and made propaganda, deceptive
We have
propaganda.
also in northern states politicians buying Pvc'S in opponent strongholds.
Yes, and that is what we are saying. Go and educate your people. If by my simple submission or suggestion, I will, of course, at this point, ask all the northern, of course, contestants or candidates to drop and allow the southern people to take over. If actually there will be election and there will be Nigeria. Because being in power has not done any good to the north. Occupying the seat of power has not done anything. The little light they saw was during Jonathan and Obasanjo. The other military head of state from northern, what did he do to them? If not Buhari come now and went and built a helipad. Did they know what is called a helipad before? If not that Funegas was, he wouldn't have seen, if he was in Daula, he wouldn't have seen what his airport said.
Thank you very much.
It's unfortunate. No, I don't want to fight anybody, but if that becomes necessary, let's meet at the ring. But the reality is that humanity should be the first priority. To promote life and advance the cause of human should be the most priority. Because you cannot do all this damage to human and expect to be accepted or to go to Al-Jannah. May God forbid.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Chigozie. We have Mazi Raphael this morning. I asked him a question. Now, I have a PVC. I want to sell my PVC.
Jesus. You remember
I say an instance. I want you to convince me not to sell my PVC.
Yeah, I need
There's hardship in the country.
Yeah,
Convince me.
yeah. The conviction is that sell your PVC, sell your conscience, sell your destiny, sell your peace, sell your life, sell your personal security. You are not needed to do that. If anybody that has sense as a neighbor around you lives with you, they should tell you you shouldn't do so.
Most people are listening to you, so the message is going out there. Don't sell your PVC.
Don't sell your PVC, Christian. You are giving me as an instance. I will never sell my own, and Chigozie is not going to sell his. I don't know whether Kule is going to sell his PVC. Are you listening to me? Because I've been often listening, eavesdropping anytime Kule is talking. And it doesn't sound like somebody that wants to see everybody move forward. He just wants to see some particular people, enthroned. Do you understand? In the high places. So particular people that are not even generally accepted by Nigerians. Generally accepted globally. Generally accepted by diaspora Nigerians. So that's why I see Kunle as somebody that might sell out. Yes, Kunle can just sell his PVC because some persons outside there are telling him to. Telling him that we are all instigating the Yoruba nation here, which is false. I'm one of the strong promoters of Odua Republic. When I learned that a man from Oyo State, Ile-Ife, Modakeke, Son Igbo, was agitating for Yoruba nation, I was very happy. Because I've said to myself, this is another Nnamdi Kanu in the southwest. We all gave him the support he was needed then. Before Abakari, the murderous, the dangerous SARS, the dangerous SARS man, SSSS henchman. Let me tell you, he was heading secret police in Nigeria, undermining various mafian activities in Nigeria secretly. But after that, everything was just unfolded and he was found guilty. To the level of outside Nigerian shore, he is going to answer it in the United States of America, no matter how long. No matter how long it takes, America is coming here to take their culprit, to take an assailant, a criminal in the United States. Because the crime he committed in alignment with Hotch Puppy cut across the continent of Africa and the America. Abakari is going there. Are you listening to me? So, Christian, see, what we are doing here, we are trying to bring everything to normalcy so that maybe you and I could sleep one day with our two eyes closed.
Okay. Okay, we have in northern states politicians buying Pvc'S in opponents' strongholds.
Yes, that is the normal. It is a household story in Nigeria. It is a drama, a saga that has come to stay in Nigeria. During any elections, let me tell you, everybody must not be informed. Everybody in the north, in the south, in the west and east must not be what?
Literate.
Informed, literate, enlightened. Those buyers, no, sellers, sorry. Those sellers are the nobodies in the north. They are the less privileged. They are the illiterates. They are the uninformed fellows in the northern Nigeria, western. See, there are many in southwest that are not informed, yet they say they are educated. Many of them, big blue. Do you know what I mean by big blue? That Pepsi measured what? 100 cl. 100 centiliters. Yes, Pepsi. Indomie, a carton. Rice.
Tomato paste.
Thank you. They will just give them. With what? Catch gift. Oh my God. He or she is going to sell his conscience that day. They are here. Christian, I was here when NRC and the PDP contested in 1993. What are you telling me as a small boy? See them selling their votes. At the end of the day, Abiola won. At the end of the day, Buhari said no. Babangida said no. All the generals said no. All the Yoruba elders, they said no. What happened? Those ones that took Pepsi and other things and sold their conscience, all of us were seen at the street of Sangota, Ogun State. Protesting, saying no, we don't want. While you sold your votes, you indicated to them that you are a nobody, you don't have information, you don't know the meaning of democracy. Even if the government of the day is bad or the worst ever, you don't care. Then see us protesting. At night, in the morning, Nigeria was brought to standstill in 1993-94 before Abacha struck and pursued, chase away, and late. May his soul rest in peace. So let me tell you, there are many of them here. There are many of them in the southeast who could sell their conscience because of money. Ugwai is one of them. Hope Uzodinma is one of them. Okeze Bazu is one of them. Okeze Bazu is sponsoring killings in the southeastern Nigeria. He allowed them to kill and maim his brothers, his kinsmen. Amuma community in Olo, Hope Uzodinma has killed more than what? Typhoid fever, cancer, and other terminal diseases. He came out, invited military operation in the north, not knowing that it is a process to militarize southeastern Nigeria. See, militarization is going on in southeastern Nigeria. Who born you? Igbo man, do you know the meaning of Igbo? People don't know. IGBO to an Israeli, I interviewed him. His mother is from Kogi. His father is an Israeli. His father is just a professional farmer. He was working in Nigeria here before he left. Then impregnated his mother. They gave birth to. If you look at that guy, who knows that guy is a real Jew. The color, everything. He said, Igbo, according to them, there's a way they use it as an abusive word. But to me, Igbo man, it means don't take what is my own. That's stubbornness. Leave my own for me. That's the meaning of Igbo. Originally, Hepo, H-E-B-O-E, Hepo. From there, it degenerated to Igbo. Hepo is a Hebrew language. Don't take what is my own. Biafra, I think, is basic international federation of Federation Republic of Audacity. Ejo and the Portuguese from Biafra is not Igbo language. Igbo man has nothing to do with Biafra. It is the Portuguese and the Ejo nation. That B, I might, fail the meaning, but I'm telling you from International Federation Republic of Audacity, I'm right. Then the B there, as an abbreviation, I might not know the connotation. See, we are resilient to take what is ours. We are resilient this time to vote for the right person. We are not smiling. We are not laughing. We are not pranking on anybody. P2B is the right person. Uncle Tinubu tried in the southwest. Fine. He should leave Lagos State alone. It's not his father's property. You know that? Atiku has come and gone. Atiku should go and rest. He must fly to Dubai and manage all those his estates there. I'm just telling you the truth. Atiku should leave Nigeria alone. Are you listening to me? Then those people that are funding and sponsoring all the activities of PDP in Anambra State, in Abia State, and Enugu State, I want to tell Ugwuanyi, the capital of the former East Central States, after independence was Enugu. We don't have Imo. We don't have Anambra. I will tell Ugwuanyi that he doesn't know the history right well about southeastern Nigeria. Anambra and Imo State came into existence in 1976 by Ramat Murata Mohammed, the then military head of state, created Imo and Anambra State out of the former East Central State. Enugu State is one of the oldest states in Nigeria. Look at what he's doing there. He allowed Fulani to take over the whole forest with their dogs, with their fox, with their coyote, with their tiger and jaguar. All those dangerous herbivores. They are attacking farmers, killing farmers in Enugu State. They stay in the forest. Ugwuanyi could not do anything. Ugwuanyi invited military operation in Enugu State to kill and mine all our security outfits, the forest guards in Enugu State. What are you telling me? The southeastern governors, Abasi also, Agua Mile. 8 years could never be forever. One day, it expires. The whole Kisman, they will gather. Igbos, I like ourselves. See, before the infiltration of the Igbo land, by the whites, we have a setup. As a government, we have what? We are religiously inclined people. We are spiritually minded people. Igbo has its own government. We are going to call them to the gathering of the Omonas. The clans, the Igbo clans, they should gather. And they will all be in the center. Then we are going to determine their fates. If we don't, let me tell you, we are going to do it. There's a way our tradition runs, and it's the Jewish traditions. You find it in the youth course, you find it in the numbers, the book of Numbers, and Deuteronomy. We have the same tradition with them, but our own is more powerful because we are the same with the Israelites. They are our brothers. They are the Hebrews. We are the Hebrews. We are going to determine the fate of Soludo. Just one bar for Soludo. Let me tell you, Ugwuanyi, Okeze Bazu, and the hope also Nimba, the Igbo Kissman. We are going to Okorocha. No, Okorocha. Okorocha is good. See, we did not experience this kind of killings during Okorocha's regime. What we experienced during Okorocha's regime was land grabbing. He stole lands. Okorocha, he duped Imolites. Ole Ojezulu Nazu, Ogolu with Imo State document, Oja Nazu, Ozuo Hori. He did not kill anybody. Are you listening to me? So, Igbo clans, we call our gathering at the public square. Hope Usadima will be in the center. Ugwuanyi will be in the center. Soludo with his Ochambo, wine or local seat, Ochambo, or Ochagada, he will sit in the center. We will round them. Then we are going to profile a solution. We will judge them and know the way forward. I'm telling you, the whole southeastern governors are against Igbo man. The whole southeastern governors are enemies of Nnamdi Kanu. The whole southeastern governors, they don't want you to go home and go to your father's compound. They have sold everywhere in Igbo land to Fulani hegemony in the north. Let me tell you, after this regime, we are going to determine their fates, their destiny are on our hands. I'm saying that. I'm not afraid of you, Ugwuanyi. I'm not afraid of you. Just Mba for Soludo, dirty man. Look at you. You are not adding, you are not removing. Even your skin is as, colored as mud color. You not added anything. Your skin bleached, nourished, nothing. Let me tell you, just Soludo, you have a true motive. All your hypocrites, hidden hypocrisies have been exposed. Anambra is growing dirty, Onitsha, everywhere. Garbage and the luggages, dirty luggages, dirty garbages, refugees everywhere. It is piling up again. When Obiano came there, he sanitized everywhere, and everybody started applauding for him. But now, Soludo, a banker and economist, has come in. We've not seen anything. Nothing has been so visible in that state as an achievement of the state government. Nothing. He has not done anything.
Just got there.
He just got there. He could not align with the people that put him there. Soludo did not go there straight. Soludo's Umona, his immediate family, are not the one that put him there, but the Anambras. The Anambra voted him there. And if we turn our back on him, he wouldn't have been there. So why shouldn't you look at the faces of the people that brought you in there before you start taking some start actions, inviting military operation into Anambra land?
Okay, have you gotten your voter card?
My voter's card since I suffered at Ojodu Grammar School. But this time around, they're asking me to be one of the labor's agents in one of the polling units in Oba. I was like, my face, I'm a popular face. I don't want anybody to see me at the voting venue that day because I'm a public figure. If they see me, they think, anyway, it might be good, but to me, my conscience is not clear. I'm not feeling fine about it. All I gotta do is just go there and put my vote and go my way. I don't want trouble. But if trouble comes, we know how to take care of troubles. And one thing with me is that I don't trouble. Trouble will never come to trouble me. That's it, Christian.
Okay, thank you very much, Raphael, for your contribution. I have Oluwawan of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Oluwawan. The Mafiso.
What's happening
is Colorado.
East Colorado. My people is getting
West side.
right now because the Ategun, you know what Ategun? The
What's
atmosphere, that breeze, the air, the fresh air is coming. It's coming because just like some days before next month, we now know who will rule the throne now. To the game of truth, and we are involved of the game of truth, and we are going to victory. Victory is possible because everybody is hungry. They run for everybody's face. Now everybody don't face. No, let us check ourselves and end the hungry now. You and I have to stop the hungry. Not by follow, go follow. You close your eye, follow. Nobody follow anymore.
You have a voter card.
I'm a mafia. I voted last time. I voted for Buhari. I pay 100 naira. At the end, they checkmate my life. Nah, no more voting for them anymore because now they can't deceive us anymore. First, second, no more third.
First.
Second, no more third. First, they deceive. Second, they deceive. Now, another story is not available anymore. Now it's a reloaded. Renew. It's a renew. Another systematic 419 language. Renew. Want to renew our life again? You want to publish it or you want to paint it? That is the game. Is end of discussion.
So if you are giving 60,000 to
even though you give me 1 million, I vote for no of them. They are criminal. No. Now is the right time to make your fucking right choice. The end of the tunnel. We must see the light. Now is the time to see the light.
But Mr. Locke says that you can collect the money and vote your conscience.
I don't want to collect any money. I don't want to involve any involvement. See, don't collect anything and do otherwise. The sister and the spirit is still with you. It's better to leave their money, their demonic money alone, and go to the right home house.
Somebody said the money is your money. You are my money.
The money is our money. It's not now. That language is not ratified now. When you say the money is our money, that means you want to suck the same blood with them. Let them go. We are packing their baggage out. When you give somebody money, you don't have that 100% to push it out. You understand what I'm saying? You have that full percent. Say, go away. That collect your money, I can't shout for you now. If I don't know something that mind will still be telling me. But now, even though give me $1 million, time is now for us to clear them out of the game. Don't you see the system that is happening? We are fed up of the game. Okay. The game is up.
Some politicians are buying Pvc'S of opponents in Stronghold.
They know their time is up. You let me they buy everything. They are not going to work. It's not going to work. See, when you put some stuff for plant man carry, when you don't chop. Later I go discover say this is not carry alone. It's have mixed with stand and stone. Now Nigeria is tired of the system. Suffering and smiling everywhere. Every day now the same thing. No, they change. So why will we continue with that kind of situation?
What party are you voting for?
See, let me tell you everything. Nigeria know that APC, PDP, and Labour Party, and the other one, majority, Nigeria, especially the Nigeria youth, because the youth are dying, the youth are the leader of tomorrow. So they have to make a reality choice and let their home to be clear. Let the old school go. You know what we call old school? Old school is not time for old school anymore. Let us try to think about the tomorrow home. That's hope of home is LP. LP, let everybody go, let everybody go. Forget about tribalism, forget about religion, forget about everything. Go for the reality of the situation. Let us change it dramatically.
Urge Nigerians to vote competence, capacity, not tribe.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Because we see the situation on ground, all those people they are swallowed and no, so it's time for them to leave. Let us start afresh.
Oluwawa, and give them the language.
The motherfucking homeless fucking situation. Come outside with your PVC next month, just like some days coming to next month, and you change this, change. You change this, change. Change the motherfucking language of the fucking home. What are you saying? Go for the truth and let the truth set you free. He said the truth shall set you free, but the truth is bitter.
Thank you very much. I have Mr. Aniya Degunwa. Good morning, yes. Emiloko.
Emiloko.
As they paid them.
Yes, so Wike said, calm down. You know what Wike said? He said, calm down, this is politics. 24 hours is a lot of time. Don't worry, we release the bomb.
You're supposed to carry
We release the bomb.
bodyguard to follow you.
No, for waiting, for my land. Come on there.
Let's look at
Yesterday I was at Arena. One guy was telling me that Lagos is a no man's land. I told him, guy, you have to be very careful. You can claim to be a Lagosian, but you don't tell the owners of the land that this land is not theirs. Okay? You don't tell them that this land is not their own. You get my point? As you are now,
that
Christian.
is his opinion.
As you are now,
That's his
Christian.
opinion.
Christian, is Lagos a no man's land?
Every land is occupied by some people.
You are not asking the question. You are not
Answer
asking
the question.
No, I said
Every land.
No.
Everywhere.
I need yes or
Okay,
no.
There's no land that is no man's land.
Is Lagos a no man's land?
No.
Good. So all the supposed maybe builders or developers of Lagos, please and
No,
please,
that's not an issue.
please and please, Lagos belongs to Lagosians, all right? And these are their worries.
Osun State.
I know I'm not from Osun. Do I look like an Osun person? I was born in Kano State, all right? So if I want to contest, I can contest for Kano State governorship, all right? But I am from Shaki.
No, yes, from Shaki.
I'm from Shaki West, Oyo State.
Let's look at
I'm a Lagosian. I'm not saying this is my land, but I'm a Lagosian.
APC plotting to derail the general election. That's from the PDP. APC plotting to derail the general elections. Some of the allegations, vote buying.
Well, your headline says that.
Your headline. This is
What's your headline
Saturday
today?
Tribune.
What's your headline? Politicians buying Pvc'S in opponent strongholds. Yeah, it's one of the strategies. You see, in politics, there are so many gimmicks that they play. All right, there are dirty games, there are clean games.
Which
an
average politician.
Let me tell you, all parties. I listened to one of my fellow commentators this morning. He said, if PDP is in power, they will try as much as possible to rig. And if APC, yes, I know, if APC is on seat, they will try as much as possible to rig. But he did not mention if Labour Party. I don't know, why are we so biased? Are you telling me that if Labour Party gets on seat, they will not try everything possible to retain the power? No, you did not mention Labour Party. You need to mention it. He needs to mention it. You categorically stated APC and PDP, but you intentionally exempted Labour Party. Do you understand? What I am painting, I am here to portray Labour Party.
To demonstrate it. I only gave
Why didn't you use APCA? Why does it have to be APC and PDP?
It's a choice. What I'm saying is,
No. Listen.
Anybody can fall in.
No. You always use things that are easily relatable as examples. I don't like the fact that you try to paint Labour Party as a saint. They're not saints. You did. You didn't call them.
Okay.
I need you to confess now. If Labour Party is on seat, will they also try to rig the election?
What I said at the initial is this: that any Nigerian politician that have
including Labour Party, right? Including Labour Party.
So that before you commit an error now, what I said at the initial is that any Nigerian politician that have opportunity of rigging,
including Labour Party,
it encompass all Nigerian politicians.
Does it include Labour Party?
Let me remind
Why is Labour Party not coming out of your lips?
Let me remind you.
Is it hard for you to say Labour Party?
Parties do not start and end with PDP, APC, and Labour Party.
So you agree that Labour Party will also try to rig the election?
Any Nigerian politician, Labour Party inclusive.
Like,
I've said it before now.
Your politician.
Thank you.
Please, if we continue now.
No, you don't need.
You're a politician.
We want to team popularity.
So continue.
Yeah.
Pollution by that is in the northern states.
Well, in the northern
What might
states,
be the cause?
well, listen, like I said, everybody will try as much as possible to encourage voters' apathy. Some people will go through religious bigotry, ethnicity bigotry, and some
Or
people,
even poverty.
and then the poverty as a case study has been weaponized. All right, I don't even know how much they are buying the Pvc'S, but I know it's not up to 30,000.
No, it's up to.
Is up to 30,000 confirmed? Are you? Is this a, you got this information from a reliable source?
It's up to 30,000.
It's up to
I'm
30,000.
talking to you.
Okay.
You come here every day. You meet me here. If it's not, you can confirm it.
Anyways, 30,000 is a lot of money today, especially in the north. So for me, like, I told you something yesterday. I said, listen, if Obi's plan is to just tell people that I will change Nigeria, one of the problems we have as Nigerians, we love instant gratification. Look at Mr. Matthew there. If Obi eventually wins and he gets an opportunity to travel out, my brother will not wait. He will not wait that Obi will fix this country. He will jackpot. He will run. Everybody in Nigeria loves instant gratification. We don't want to suffer for probably 6 months. Did you remember what happened from 2007 to 2011 in Lagos State when Fashola was actually demolishing houses and all that? You know what's happening? There were curses, people were swearing for it, but today we are enjoying that dividends, right? You see, that's one of the problems. When I come to you, bros, take this 50,000, see your Pekin, do this, give me the PVC. After it, the person will go there, how you so sure? Before I know it, I'll collect it and I'll drop my PVC. Whoever that is coming, that wins, if he's trying everything possible to fix Nigeria, you see Nigerians will still complain that, look at the Lagos rail. Yesterday, when I was going to Arena, I was telling a friend of mine, inside the car, I told him that, Lagosians will die. He said, why? I said, when they electrify this railway, Lagosians will not listen. Most of them will still want to directly cross over that railway. There are so many flyovers, there are so many pedestrian bridges along that road going to Oshodi. From Abeokuta, you count at least nothing less than 15 pedestrian bridges. But people don't use it. You will find people sleeping on the pedestrian bridges. Nobody's using it. They will rather just cross the roads. And if they die, you know who they'll blame? They'll blame Lagos State government. Someone has died. This thing. I've always said it. We love instant gratification. We don't like following due process. We like shortcuts. And these political gimmicks will always work as long as we have that mentality. And this is why I pity Peter Obi. Quite all right. I am educated. We have so many educated people online. But the last time I checked, Elon Musk said that we have less than 1 million Nigerians registered on Twitter. We have less than 1 million Twitters. And that's online Nigerian users who are using Twitter. They are less than 1 million on Twitter. So now let us juxtapose that. That means let's everybody even vote for, all the 1 million vote for Obi. That's how many? That's less than 1 million. And we have over how many people that want to vote this coming election? Over 93 million electorate, 93 something million voters. So if you want to focus on Twitter, you are just joking. You need to go into the nooks and crannies. Some nooks and crannies in their life, they've never seen an iPhone before. Some nooks and crannies, some villagers in their life, they don't even know what an Android is. So when they get there, they give them Android phone of 10,000. Take. They collect their PVC. You see that 300 votes, 400 votes. Do you know how many rural communities we have in Nigeria? We don't have less than 20,000 rural communities. Now, when you now add up, you see that you've gained millions of votes. You get my point now. So those are the places that anybody that wants to win this Nigerian politics, you must be ready to penetrate into those places. You must be intentional about it. You get me now? So those gimmicks will always strive as far as Nigeria is concerned.
So if someone wants to sell his voter card, how will you convince that person not to sell his voter card?
If someone wants to sell his voters card, how will I convince him?
Are you in support of vote buying?
I'm not in support of
So
it.
how will you convince somebody? Won't you convince somebody not to sell his voter card?
Listen, everybody who has a PVC is agreed to be an adult. And as an adult, you are believed to have a mind of your own. I will tell you my point of view that, okay, listen, you selling your vote is probably is equivalent to you selling your future. And I can't say more than that. I'm not going to say more than that. You selling your PVC is equivalent to you selling your what? Future. So the action you take is what? It's dependent on whatever you think. And so if the person will tell me that, okay, my picking over Dave house, you never chop. Say now this one way they talk. Now you go, okay, I don't go vote, but first give me 3,000. You know that some people tell you that you won't follow me back, but you know, show me love. I better get out. That's the mentality we have in Nigeria. May God help us.
Okay. Let's look at this Osho election. Tribunal reserved judgment. Did you follow the election, or is there anything you want to say about that between Yetela and Adeleke? I saw Adeleke shaking hands with the.
I saw it too. I saw it on. I think I saw it on Channels TV. Well, I believe that case is still in court, and it's still an ongoing case. Oyetola is trying everything possible because there's this allegation against Adeleke. May probably use forged documents and all that, and then there's overvoting, and it has been confirmed also that they are overvoting. Even by yes, with the Pvc'S, even the Inec. Look at it, Pvc'S. How is it possible that there's overvoting using Pvc'S? This is something that we believe that there should not be 0.1% of gaps. Now in Osun State, there's what we have been able to record overvoting. Now imagine what will happen in the national election. There are going to be series of overvoting in so many polling units. I'm telling you, we might not hand over May 29 because these Pvc'S, as far as I'm concerned, we are not matured, we are not ready for it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Ni Adegunwa. We have 5 minutes. Let's move on. Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Kisan Morin. My fans, I greet every one of you. I'm very sorry not to appear for these days. Forgive me in Jesus' name. I am Mr. Para, the new Okokondem. Shall we pray? In Jesus' name. I'm really Father God Almighty. I thank thee, I worship thee, I magnify your name for keeping every one of us alive. For me, possible for me to be here today. I thank thee on behalf of our fans all over the world who appreciate what you are doing. I thank thee on behalf of our fans who sow in our pocket and who did not sow in our pocket. Lord, bless every one of them in Jesus' name. I thank thee on behalf of Philip TV who made it possible for us to have a platform like this to speak out. I thank you on behalf of Mazin Namdekalo. You keep him alive. No matter how ill treatment they give him, you still keep him alive. Sustaining him. Father, be praised and magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Simon Ekpa and his autopilot group. Commander Autopilot, he is an autopilot. IPOB Autopilot. I thank you for using them as a war material for the liberation of Biafra and to set Namdekalo free. That the people be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Sunday Bohu and Mateku and Odo Republic. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. Father Yahweh, I magnify your name. For even touching Christian to allow me to speak this morning. Father, thank you in Jesus' name. Be glorified in the name of our Lord Jesus. Amen.
Out of your 5 minutes, you have used 2 minutes to pray.
Yeah, okay, don't worry. I am Mr. President Okokondem. In this Republic of Biafra, live Mazin Namdekalo and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. In Jesus' name, amen. Oh yeah,
let's
go
look
on.
at politicians buying Pvc'S in opponents' stronghold. Politicians buying PVC in their opponent's stronghold.
Yes. You see one thing. I've been telling people that Nigerian election is not Nigeria. Nigerian election is not election. A Nigerian election is selection. The highest bidder will win. And the winner take it all. You see, I am not surprised to hear that Nigerians are buying PVC. And those that are selling PVC are selling their future, are selling their children, are selling their grandchildren. Mostly, if the APC buy PVC and win this election through rigging or through enemies, Nigeria will be in hell again. for another 8 years.
How do you know Nigeria will be in hell again?
I said Nigeria will be in hell. Who is going to rule Nigeria at that time? Is it not Lumbu? Is it not Lumbu the maker of APC? Lumbu is the maker of APC. And as I heard that Lumbu went to one of the northern states and said he will start where Buhari stopped. I think in Plateau State. He will start where Buhari stopped, which means the killing, marginalization, hunger, embezzlement, everything will continue. And if Atiku win the election, we will go back to marketing Nigeria again. Atiku will prophetize and prophetize, even prophetize Nigerians, as he did when he was vice president to Obasanjo. When Obasanjo was a flying president, flying up and down, Atiku keep on busy prophetizing Nigerian properties. All the properties he prophesized, where are they now? If you vote to be in Labour, we go to the Labour in vain. Forget about that Obi speaking like a robot. If we vote to be
governor in Anambra State.
A governor in Anambra, what did he govern Anambra State for? He governed Anambra in his own watch eye. Amozob were killed. Biafra agitation were killed. Now I saw one post in the net that Obi said Biafra have died since 52 years ago. He will not support agitation of Biafra. Now, if we, the Igbos, who's supposed to be the foundation of Obi, we are in crisis with Obi, then who will support him? Where is his base? If we vote Obi, we only end up in steel system. All the wine in all the bottle. Statue code. Now, look at it. I saw in net that even Gowon now came out to support Obi. Endorse Obi. Maybe secretly or openly. But I saw it in net. If Gowon will come now to remember Igbo man, that Igbo man is good, Igbo man can handle Nigeria. What did Gowon do to Igbo man after the Biafran war? Was Gowon implement 3 R's? 3 R's: rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reconciliation. You Gowon implement it. Had they been Gowon implement that 3 R, there be not like agitation now. You can make balance everything. Now, if Gowon know that Igbo man can save Nigeria, Igbo man can do good thing, he coming out. If he support B2B or endorse B2B, whether secretly or openly, why can't he keep Aburi Accord? Aburi Accord was initiated by Igbo man, which will be one Nigeria. Nigeria will not fight the war. Nigeria will not be in this condition. Confederation in Aburi, they signed to do everything together. Why did Gowon abandon that Aburi? Is it not that Aburi that lead us into war? Gowon canceled that Aburi. He did not keep that Aburi. Now, if Gowon will come now, or the retired generals will come now and know that Igbo man will be good, why can't they keep CAP 2014 of Jonathan? Why can't they implement it? Now they want to bring Igbo man, Obi, to use him to quench the movement of Biafra. So that after 8 years, they will still continue marginalizing us. All of them come out to present Obi, to use Obi to save their oil block. They have. Oil what they have. Okay, tell me that oil belongs to the federal. Oil of Biafra, Biafran oil in Southeast belong to the entire Federation of Nigeria. Now, tell me how the oil block enter into the hand of individual again. How did the individual own oil block when it was for federal? They bring it to be to secure it so that it will remain in their hand. The same Gowon whom British used to commit genocide from 1967 to 1970. The same Gowon now came again and recognized Igbo man. I mean, look at the game there. So the 3 political parties, they are failure. Voters, they are rigging. This is the rigging. It has already started.
Okay.
It already started.
So you're not supporting any political party?
I don't support any political party. I don't support any election. So you're telling to all Israel. Let us, if we want that.
When is Biafra coming? I heard some party February 25th.
If today, fine. If tomorrow, fine. If the next generation, fine. But all I know, Biafra is Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Even you are Biafra. P2B is Biafra. P2B is Biafra. Soludo is Biafra. Ato S is Biafra. Most of them is Biafra. Every Igbo man, whether they like it or not, you are Biafra.
Mr. Matthew,
He's a Biafra. He's an Igbo man from Delta State. He's Biafra. So Biafra have been a trademark to everybody from South East. It's become a trademark. You cannot deny it. Thank you.
Those people are left to tell you whether they are Biafran or not.
No, they may deny. I'm not pushing of them. Okay, listen. If today Biafra is restored, not everybody in Biafra will like to be a Biafra. They can come to Nigeria and nationalize. You can nationalize any place in the world.
That's why you are not supposed to impose on anybody.
I'm not, but I'm telling them what they are.
P2B says Biafra died 2 years ago. That's somebody you call a Biafran.
Yes. He cannot, he's an Igbo man. He's Nyamiri.
Okay, thank you.
P2B is Nyamiri, he's an Igbo man, he's Biafra.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, one more Biafra. Onara hakwa n'ọra. Onye ndị gbagbu bụ na-eche ndị nche mgbe niile. Ka emesịa nọ, mbọsị nta, ka achọ na Owerri nsị. Simon Ekpa, gbasara anya gị, ihe aka n'anya, ka ihe mee Nnamdi Kanu ghara ga-eme gị n'aha Jesus Christ. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem, this Republic of Biafra. Lead by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. And Nigeria, long live Nigeria, because we still become neighboring nation. That's why when I pray for Nigeria to leave, Biafra to leave, so that we can become neighboring nation. Because Biafra cannot do that Nigeria. Nigeria cannot do that Biafra. So two of us will live better. Biafra restoration. Biafra independent. Number one. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, with that, thank you very much, everyone, for this wonderful program. Thank you very much. Click on the like button so that we can have more extended viewership to other people. I'm Christian Chukwu. We are drawing the curtain close. Till Monday for another exciting edition of the program. Bye, Sons and Eastern. I'm Christian Chukwu. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.